I'm Rachel Pollard. I want to find out what happens to growing startups on the cusp of greatness. What does an entrepreneur do when the euphoria of a great idea wears off and the true test begins? I'm Rachel Pollard, and I want to find out what happens when a startup moves beyond an idea, when things start to get real, when things start to get, well, weird. Hey everybody, Rachel here with Rich Diaz, President of Advanced Resources, Chicago's #1 recommended staffing agency. Rich, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So, what does the staffing industry look like at the moment? I know there are some negative connotations that come with the word staffing agency.
Sure.
So what does it look like now, and what is Advanced Resources doing to disrupt that?
Sure. Well, I guess a couple things. I would say our industry as a whole really gets it wrong. Our whole business is about taking care of people, helping them with probably one of the most personal decisions they make in their life, their career. And most of our competitors simply, look to make a quick buck, make a placement. Mm-hmm. Where we really want to help professionals throughout their career, whether they're early on out of college or they've been at their career, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We want to help them take that next step.
So, I guess, what do you guys do specifically that really goes against that connotation in people's minds? Sure.
I think more than anything, it's all about quality. And so even if you take the personal stuff out of it, research shows that everyone wants a quality job, and employers want a quality employee. And so we spend a lot of time, helping professionals find that next and right job. And so, like you and I talked a little bit earlier, it's all about that cultural fit. Mm-hmm. And someone can do a job, whether it's answering the phone or creating a website, and they can do that at all these other companies, right? But if you don't fit into the culture and you don't feel like that's home and you don't feel engaged, you're not going to enjoy it. And that's a little bit of art in what we do. It's not just science, place one person here or there.
Definitely. So what are some of the things that you look for in a company when you're looking at their culture?
Well, one, we'll only work with good companies, so yeah, no doubt about that. If someone's not good to their employees, or they're cheap, or they've got a bad reputation, we don't want anything to do with it unless they're really willing to, make change. And so what we're looking for is companies who value their employees. We're one of the top workplaces in Chicago. We want to work with the other top workplaces in Chicago. We feel like if we do high quality work, our clients do high quality work, our employees do high quality work, it really just makes everything better for everyone.
Totally. What are some things as an employee that I should be looking for if I were looking for a job or new company to work for?
Yeah. One, be realistic. Okay, be realistic with your expectations, because sometimes there is a disconnect out there. Right. There is a war for talent, so companies need employees really badly. But you also have to know what your limitations are from your skill set. So what I would say is find someone like Advanced Resources that can be an advisor that's truly looking out for your best interest, helping you take those next steps in your career. I would say engage with a good partner like us even before you get your degree, because sometimes you go get a degree, how many people do what they got their degree in?
Like nobody.
Not very good, right. So some degrees are more valuable than others. Companies, at the end of the day, companies want really good folks that care about where their organization is going. Loyalty, hard work, all those things, it's a fair trade-off. So as a potential employee looking for work, you've got to find that right fit for you.
Totally. And especially from what I understand in tech companies, it's hard to find people who meet all the qualifications that you're looking for.
Sure.
But are also a cultural fit. What what are some pieces of advice that companies should keep in mind when they're hiring for those tech positions?
Sure, sure. I would say quality eats speed for breakfast, meaning that don't jeopardize your standards. Don't sacrifice fit, regardless of how bad that project's got to go live. You've got to find the right people. You cannot, just because someone has a skill set, you can't put them in a team. That demoralizes the team. The rest of the group says, who hired this guy? And I don't want them to point to advanced resources.
Gotcha, that makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, where should entrepreneurs be looking for their next employees, and how far in advance should they be looking for them?
Yeah, you're kind of teeing me up there. Nice. No, like we talked earlier, employers typically want to just go to market and find someone to fill their job next week. And the reality is there is a war for talent, especially in the tech space. A good tech candidate will have 5 job offers on the table at any given time. So companies have to be smart, and they've got to be strategic, and they've got to be looking today for candidates 3 years from now. Wow. And if you lose that war for talent, your business results are going to suffer. And people are much more important than just filling a seat.
Mm-hmm. And when you're hiring or looking for potential hires, a lot of times we're looking at LinkedIn. In the future, what are some of the social channels or ways to get in front of these employees? What are we going to be looking at?
Yeah, I would say I really feel sorry for the HR professionals of today, because they've got to be experts at everything. And one of the reasons why we've been so successful is we're very ingrained in the communities that we serve. So whether it be in the tech space or in the healthcare space, we're not only involved and using social media like LinkedIn and Facebook and everything else that's out there, but we're involved in the association. So there's still a little bit of old school, traditional face-to-face, interaction, as well as a lot of the digital marketing that you have to do.
Gotcha. Well, thanks, Rich.